friends, today we are reviewing Panasonic P51 smartphone. It's the first smartphone by Panasonic and today we are having with us for our in-depth review. Starting with the specification of the smartphone has 5-inch HD IPS display. Under the hood there is MediaTek MT6589 chipset with a quad-core 1.2 GHz Cortex-A7 CPU. There is PowerVR SGX 544MP GPU, 1 GB of RAM, 4 GB of internal storage along with a micro SD card slot for further expansion up to 32 GB. There is an 8 megapixel camera on the rear along with an LED flash. The camera supports 720p, which means HD video recording. On the front there is 1.2 megapixel camera. In terms of connectivity, the smartphone has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, a GPS and a micro USB port. The smartphone supports dual SIM network with 3G on single SIM. Now taking a look at the designing part of the smartphone. The smartphone has premium designing, even being a affordable price tag of 20,000 rupees in India. So as you can see, while holding a smartphone in the hands, it's a pretty decent experience. Even being a 5-inch display, users can easily use the smartphone in a single palm. Without any issue, users can use the smartphone with single hand as well. At the left hand side, there are 2 SIM slots as the smartphone supports dual SIM capability. But here both the SIM card slots are supporting micro SIM. Yes, it's an issue because it supports micro SIM card slot. So you have to be careful and you have to cut your SIM cards while placing it in the smartphone. As you can see, after an effort, I'm able to open this up. So these are 2 SIM slots. At this side, there is a micro USB port for data syncing and charging capabilities. At the either side, there is a volume rocker with a steel finishing, and a micro SD card slot is also available at this side within this cover. At the bottom, there is a pinhole microphone for making calls. At the top, it has a 3.5mm jack and a power key which also works as lock and unlock key. At the rear, the smartphone has 8 megapixel camera. As you can see, 8 megapixel camera on a hump. Yes, it's prone to scratches because it's on a hump. As you can see at this side, it's not flattened with the rear designing. At this side, along with the camera sensor, there is an LED flash and a secondary microphone for noise cancellation and for recording audio while recording video. Overall, the rear has nice design with a metallic finishing. As you can see at the side, it has slightly use of metal as well. A loudspeaker grill is also available at this side, as you can see here, but the sound muffles when placing the smartphone on any mattress. Overall, the designing of the smartphone is pretty decent, and considering the price tag and the features, the designing is of course high-end, and the slimness makes the smartphone a better deal. Now taking a look at the interface, the smartphone comes with Android 4.2 out of the box. And as you can see, these are pretty common home screens available. Users cannot add or delete home screen according to their preferences because it's just a stock Android home screen experience here. At this side, as you can see, users can go through some settings with the toggles. These are pretty common toggles which are available on all the Android 4.2 running devices. 3 keys for operation always available at the bottom. One is for back, home and recent app keys. Coming inside the app drawer, As you can see, the smartphone comes with several apps out of the box, and some of them we have installed recently for our testing purposes. An LED torch is also available, pre-installed for using the smartphone as a torch. Going into the settings shows us that the smartphone is running on Android 4.2.1. As you can see at this site, it's running on Android 4.2.1, and on the best part, users can also update the operating system by going through this setting. However, we are not sure that the company will provide some firmware over the air or not, but of course there is a setting to update the smartphone over the air. Users can manage both the SIM cards by going through these settings, and overall these are pretty common settings available in all Android 4.2 running smartphones. However, the smartphone has almost stock experience, but the company has used their designing part on some icons, and as you can see, dock icons are not identical to any stock Android. So these are adopted from some Chinese UI, as you can see at this site. Now, going towards the browsing capability of this smartphone. The smartphone supports all types of browsing capability. It has HTML5, PHP, CSS support, although it's not supporting Adobe Flash contents because it's running on Android Jelly Bean operating system. The smartphone comes with two pre-installed browsers as a stock browser along with a Chrome browser. Now let's take a look at the browsing experience by visiting our website. So here our website's loading up, as you can see at this site. So here is our website, loads up. Users can also use pinch to zoom in and zoom out gestures. Overall, the browsing experience is smooth. We haven't found any issue in this browser. Alternatively, users can of course use the Chrome, which also comes pre-installed, and also there are several browsers available in the Android App Store, so users can install any of the browser or other apps according to their preferences. Coming toward the telephony support, it has stock Android dialer with the smart dialing support, and on the best part, users can even switch with recent call logs, contacts by going through these tabs. Of course, being a dual SIM smartphone provides you an option to use both the SIM card slot for making calls and for making SMS and all these things. So users can use both the SIM card at a single time, but it supports dual SIM standby connectivity, which means when one SIM is active, the second one will becomes idle. After the telephony, coming towards the performance, as you can see, there is no lag at all, and all the operations are flawlessly working in all areas. We have tested the device for several days and haven't found any issue in this device in terms of its performance. The quad-core CPU works fairly decent, and some apps along with some games work nicely with this smartphone. Without any issue, all the multitasking capability can be done with the smartphone. Users can even use the smartphone with several high-end games. We have tested some games and you will find some of the results in our later video. So overall, there is no issue with the performance of the smartphone. Even being a affordable price tag, the smartphone can be used for high-end performance capabilities. Coming towards the battery backup, the smartphone has a non-removable 2500 mAh battery. As you can see, the battery kept inside this unibody designing, so users cannot serviceable the battery or replace it by taking off this rear cover. But of course the battery is decent, we haven't found any heating up issue, and the battery provides almost 2 days of backup against single usage, against decent usage with a single charge, which is pretty decent considering the price tag and the features of this smartphone with a quad-core processor and Android Jelly Bean operating system. So battery backup is nice and provides high talk time along with high standby time for the end user, which is a good deal. Overall, Panasonic P51 smartphone in our view is one of the best smartphone available in the mid segment, with a number of accessories comes inside the box as we have stated in our unboxing, and the smartphone itself has no issue with the performance and it works flawlessly in all areas. Overall the smartphone is decent with a decent price tag, so you can take the smartphone as your high-end smartphone in this current market. So here is our in-depth review on Panasonic P51. Stay connected, take care, goodbye. Here is our in-depth review on Panasonic P51. Keep visiting Tech13 for latest news, reviews, analysis. Take care, goodbye.